Hey guys, Jeremy here with KISS Aquatic Systems. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So it's a hot summer day here, low 90s Fahrenheit, and my wildlife pond has turned into a giant bird bath. Mostly robins here this afternoon. There are about three buzzing around here. And we've also got a catbird with its iconic but somewhat annoying call that you will hear shortly. So robins overall are lots of fun. They are very active and sassy, and really not all that afraid of me. Uh, Definitely a lot less skittish than most of the other small songbirds around here. The one downside, though, to having them is that they love worms so much that they tend to rip up the moss around the edges of my ponds looking for them. But otherwise, very entertaining. I'm about 10, 15 feet away from them here, and while they're clearly aware of and watching me, it hasn't really stopped them from taking turns using their favorite corner of the pond, which, as you can see, is on the left side here, as their personal bird bath. So, as I said earlier, the air temperature, it's around 90 degrees. Real high and humid and oppressive afternoon. But when I put my hand in the pond water, it's still somewhat cool to the touch, actually. So I'd guess it's probably mid to high 70s-ish Fahrenheit. So definitely a nice opportunity for all these birds here to cool down. And it's nice and shady for them as well. So let's take a look at this little guy watching me right here. Sometimes, for these robins particularly, if they're messing around with the moss and I see it, I kind of run over and shoo them away. So this one's just keeping an eye out while it goes about its business. So yeah, buddy, you done there yet? You gonna stop getting my pond dirty and making a giant mess and splashing everywhere? Nope, clearly not. Just try not to poop in there, alright, bud? Yeah, no. This pond is 1,200 gallons, and it's plumbed into a 5,000 gallon, well filtered koi pond right next door. So, really, any dirt or oils or bird poop or anything really here, it's pretty much completely and totally meaningless in the grand scheme of things. I mean, if we had ducks here, that would be a totally different story. But these tiny songbirds pretty much have zero impact on water quality. Okay, so moving on, you can see here the catbird is approaching its favorite washing station from the right side of the screen. This is also a quite common bird here, perhaps a bit more reclusive and discreet than the robin, which is really not discreet at all. By the way, it's called a catbird because it can make a sort of whining sound like a cat meow. So I'll stop talking for a bit so you can hear it. So let's see. We've also got two northern green frogs here on this side of the pond at the moment. And as usual, the frogs and the birds are pretty much completely ignoring each other. I guess they do compete for insects, but really plenty to go around here. And in nature, watering holes like this one can definitely be crowded, high traffic areas. So these animals are clearly very familiar with each other. Now the frogs are pretty much always here, and usually pretty visible actually, while the birds do come and go depending on the weather and the time of day. Now we also do have some other birds that like to visit this pond. Some cardinals, blue jays, hummingbirds, and quite a few others. But I haven't really gotten any good footage of them yet. They're definitely a lot shyer and don't stick around as long as the robins and the catbird. So I haven't been able to get any good shots yet, but we'll see. The season is still young. So definitely enjoying all the wildlife that's come over to this new pond here. Kind of funny how the frogs and the birds choose to congregate here at this smaller pond rather than the big koi pond right next door. Let's swivel real quick and take a look. So yeah, I think they're probably a bit scared of the big koi, which sort of does make sense. I mean, I do occasionally see a bird or a frog here, but not very often. Okay, thanks guys. That's all for now. Just wanted to share some footage of some more wildlife at the new wildlife pond. So hope you enjoyed the video. Take care and happy ponding.